Welcome back. Been a long time, but we are back. Preseason football just got underway. I'm Corey Rholdon. Michael Foret is right there. Mike, uh, initial thoughts on the first preseason game. I have a lot of thoughts. I went to practice last week for the Saints. I saw a lot of things, so I'll let you go first.
Yeah. Number one is preseason. I don't think Twitter has realized this. I think this needs to be reiterated for many people. I don't know if you watched Shador Sanders, but apparently he's already going to the Hall of Fame. That's another great take I've seen on Twitter. So, yeah, I think it's preseason. It's kind of hard to get a full grasp of things. What I kind of look for in preseason, I take away everyone's great plays and their worst plays. I kind of avoid the middle plays, their average plays. So, Shuck looked solid. I didn't think he looked great. I didn't think he looked bad per se. I think if he would have connected on that ball down the sidelines, which he overthrew it by like a yard and a half, maybe a yard, I think it's a totally different conversation. I think people are praising him and saying he's the next coming of Breeze, as Saints fans would probably say. So I think everyone looked pretty solid. The O line, McCoy didn't play, and he's probably. I was honestly thinking McCoy is probably the most important player on this team, probably going forward for the next year or two. So he
Yeah.
didn't play. Left side of your
Kelvin
line,
Banks looks really good, by the way.
Kelvin Banks looks good. Fwaga had a great grade, and then I think Penning at guard will be pretty solid, especially in the run game. So I think the Saints this year are going to rely a lot on the run game. Rely on their offensive line. I think it'll be a solid group. I don't think it'll be an elite group, but I think it'll be like a B plus kind of group. So, preseason, I'm not going to get carried away, but it was, I wouldn't say I was impressed. I wouldn't say I was discouraged, but it's about, my expectations are pretty low for this year. So I'm not like getting too high or low on this team, but it's about what I expected. What would you think?
All right, so first, I want to go back a week. All right, so I've been going to basically majority of Broncos practices. Got to fly in New Orleans. Um, was able people hooked me up with some tickets to watch practice. Um, Mike, that was the worst practice I've seen in my life, and I'm gonna explain why. Normally, when I come out of practices, I have notes. All right, just like players that showed out, progressions, reads, and a lot of things. A lot of times, you don't know what's going on that day. They could be telling the quarterbacks, "Hey, don't throw interceptions today. Hey, be aggressive." But what I got from it is, yeah, the defense dominated, but was the defense dominating because they're good or because the offense was that bad? I kind of leaned because when I was watching, the offense was that bad. Tyler Shuck, uh, that day, he impressed. I'm gonna get to the preseason game in a second, but that day, when I was sitting there watching him, he was very hesitant. Right, he looked hesitant. He was 7-on-7 drill. He was holding the football. Now, I don't know if the Saints wanted him to do that, but typically it's like, get rid of it. There's no offensive line. Get rid of the football. He's holding it. And then I sent you guys a couple plays that really stood out to me. There's one where he overthrew Chris Olave, who quit on his route. He was just staring down the receiver. Now, Spencer Rattler didn't look as good. So when I look at in preseason games, because a lot of practices, people could look good, they could look bad, but until you get live football and a rush coming, we really can't tell. Spencer Rattler had 3 sacks. It tells me from last year, he still cannot pick up a blitz, which sacks is a quarterback stat, Michael Foray. It is. You want to know why? Because you got to be able to see, okay, that guy's coming, that guy's not coming. We need to set the protection over here to the left side. I'm either going to keep my running back or I'm keeping a tight end as an extra blocker so we can have 6 blockers instead of 5 when they're rushing 6 or 7. Correct? He wasn't able to do that. Now, Tyler Shuck, on the other hand, really impressed me from one standpoint. He had a pick six, yes. He stared down his receiver. But right after that, he came back through and scored a touchdown. That's mental toughness right there that impressed me from him. Also, his first NFL drive was a 2 minute drill and he got points. That's a success. I've been a Tyler Shuck critic. Really didn't impress me a lot in that practice I saw, but there was a lot of things that came away and say, okay, he can be the starter of this team. Just not saying much. Um, Defensively, there's a lot of concerns for me, right? Just because the main guys are old. I want to see what this team looks like run defense wise. I'm less concerned about the secondary than the defensive line. I thought Calvin Banks played well. Um, and so, yeah, that's all I have on the Saints right now. But in my opinion, Mike, they need to find a way to let Jake Hayner go, and they need a veteran quarterback. They need somebody that can teach these young guys. I get the Saints have several coaches that have played quarterback, but you need somebody in the room that's like, hey, this is how we watch film.
Who would that be? Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, in free agency I mean, Carson Wentz hurts a dick. So
Carson's a dick. I can see it.
that's why my man is never really a backup quarterback. Uh, if I'm being honest, the guy is super talented. He should be on the NFL roster. He wasn't there 2 years ago. Hold on, give me 3 seconds. And there's a reason for that. And people in Philadelphia said he was an asshole. So take what you want on that. But I'm just kind of looking. Give me real quick. Available.
Yeah, there's really no like obvious answer out there.
I mean,
I mean,
CJ Beathard is okay. He's a guy who's played 8 years in the league, played in 49ers. Um, I wouldn't say Jeff Driscoll, but you need a vet. Uh, like
you need someone that's gonna like command respect too. Like, I wouldn't say. I mean, I'm not gonna say players won't respect Beathard, but you need someone that's got to have a little.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, like little moxie, little been around the league a while, like has accomplished a little bit, like, or just a guy that's a total dinosaur and has been in the league for like 100 years. Yeah,
Like you
that's
look
kind of
at it,
like
like these guys. For example, Andy Dalton, Joe Flacco, Jameis Winston.
Dalton wouldn't be a bad one. Is he a free agent right now?
Yeah, he's with Carolina.
Yeah. No, the Giants. I mean, are they really going to roll with Wilson, Winston, and Dart? Like, are they really going to roll with those three throughout the year? Maybe, maybe not. So maybe one of those guys. I think Wilson would be a little, would bring a lot with him. I think I wouldn't. He kind of borders the line of a diva, like they're just like a weirder personality. So I don't know, but yeah, Winston for whatever reason gets cut, then maybe look at him. But yeah, there's really no. I agree. There needs to be some kind of veteran in there to kind of show the ropes. So, but yeah, Hayner's the odd man out. I think that's becoming increasingly obvious. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Saints are really going to rely on the run game this year. I really do believe that. Like between the O line being solid and you know, I don't think they're going to put the quarterbacks in a lot of big pressure moments if they can help it. Ground
Well,
and
I want to
pound.
see Shuck start next week. I want to see him against the ones.
I think it'll rotate. I think it'll probably go to Shuck and then it'll probably go back to Rattler and then they're just going to have this like they obviously want Shuck. That's Moore's guy. You don't draft a guy in the second round without him being your guy. So but
Rattler
they
really didn't do anything to impress.
Rattler's elusive. I will give him that. I always get a little worried when the quarterbacks just kind of run more than what they should. I think he did that a little bit. But Rattler's elusive. Am I convinced he's the guy? No. Am I convinced Shuck's the guy? I mean, no. There's just no real obvious answer. But they're going to be political about it. They're going to let this QB duel go to the very end. So I think that's pretty obvious by this point. I don't know. The Saints are just in a weird place. It's just kind of
It's
it's it's
crazy.
just it's just fun not having expectations. I guess I don't
Right?
really know.
No expectations.
You
But
just like my emotions aren't there. What's that like? What's that superhero show where that meme where he's like watching a movie and it's just like nothing's like a bunch of actions going on, and he's like emotionless. That's how I feel watching the Saints. I'm just like,
So I will
whatever
say this
happens.
about the Saints. 2 years ago, we complained about the offensive line being the worst part of the team. I think the offensive line is now the strength of this football team.
Um, yeah, I think so. I mean, McCoy's pretty good center. Penning, I
Elvin
think will be.
Banks looked really, really good.
Yeah, Banks and Fuaga are both like, if you were to start a franchise today, I guess this is like kind of like the one of the more optimistic views. Like if you were to start a franchise today, like you'd want to have two young great tackles, and I think the Saints do have that. So that's like kind of the foundation they need to kind of build on. I know people bitch about the Saints. Oh, they need a washing machine. They need this and that. It's like, well, yeah, you do need an offensive line. So I think, just keep building on the lines, offensive and defensive line. I'm tired of Mickey Loomis drafting defensive ends. Foskey can go. Um, anyone but Mickey Loomis makes a pick on an
Bosky's
edge rusher.
terrible.
I don't care.
Dude, he was unplayable in a preseason game.
He's unplayable. Peyton Turner was a bust. I mean, he's literally not hit on one defensive end pick besides Cam Jordan, and then like you can say Carl Granderson, but I'm pretty sure he was undrafted. So they really have not hit on anyone. Marcus Davenport, of course. He's been terrible with it. Their drafting's been terrible. I was talking to one of my Saints friends like, oh, it's just we got to get younger in the draft. Like, yeah, it's true, but they can't hit on shit. Like, did anyone from this draft class besides Banks show you anything? I mean, Stutzman played a little bit. He looked solid, but I'm at the point where I think the Saints are just like they're hitting on maybe one or two guys a draft, and that everyone just keeps reverting back to 2017. I mean, we're about to come up on 10 years on that, so um, you can only rely on something so much, for it to be true. So I don't know. Saints will be what's the over under, like 4.5, 5.5, four and a
Five
half?
and a half.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think on that?
5-12. I don't know, dude. I might be.
Yeah, I think 6 might be a little rich. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Vegas.
think it could be 4, 3, 4, 5 wins.
I mean, do you want to go through the schedule? I mean, let's just do that. It's
Yeah,
always a
I
fun
a couple of days
exercise.
ago, and I had 2 wins.
Two? Oh my god. Cardinals 5.5. Are the Cardinals even that good this year?
I would take the Cardinals and Kyler Murray over at the same time.
49ers L, Seahawks in Seattle L, Bills L, Giants. It'll be tough. The Giants favored by 1.5. I'll give that to Saints. They're at home. Patriots Saints. I'll go Pats. Bears Saints. I'll go Saints on that one, even though Bears are favored by a touchdown. Bucks. The Saints will get one or two divisional games. Yeah, I think 4 or 5 wins is about right. They're not favored in any of these games. They're favored against the Jets at home in December, and that could look completely different by then. Dude, they're literally only favored in one game. That's insane. I don't know, man. It's gonna be fun, like watching people on Twitter and just Saints fans be torn
People
between
don't
the
know what a,
tank and win. Saints fans haven't felt this in a while. It's gonna be fun
yeah,
watching it.
and they don't know what a rebuild is.
No
They,
one knows what a rebuild is. No one knows. It's so annoying. I mean, I watch these like local Saints media shows and these writers, and it's just like they either ride the Saints really hard or they just like I don't know. I feel like people just try and be like way over optimistic about the Saints, and it's just like at the point where it's just like shut the hell up. I don't. Like, that's for me. Maybe I'm just become a cynic asshole or something, but I'm just like I can't watch these local guys just continuously like praise the Saints or think, oh, Shaheed 1400 yard season coming in. I'm just like, really, like this is where we're at. Like a guy coming off a knee injury, like a wide receiver too, like he's gonna say he's gonna have 1400 yards. It's like, come on, I don't know.
with who throwing them the football?
I'm not saying Shaheed's bad. I'm just saying like I think a lot of just people are just like their expectations are just ridiculous. I mean I could be wrong, of course, but I'm just not gonna just keep falling to this like weird trap, or I'm not gonna be torn between like wanting to win and tank. I'm just gonna be like emotionless fan this year. I don't really know how else to describe it.
Um, let's change the subject. Let's get to something that more hopeful. LSU ranked 9 in the AP poll. They would take on a top 5 Clemson team ranked 4th. Big night game. Two probably the top quarterbacks of college football. Um, First of all, how important is it for Brian Kelly to win this game to start the season after losing 4 in a row? And LSU is in a hell of a position if they win that football game. If they don't, they still can make the college football playoffs. But how important is it for Kelly?
I mean, it's hard. It's hard not to rank this as probably the most important game just because of the narrative. I mean, the Bama game's always right there just because. But yeah, I mean, the narrative with Kel was he 0 and 5, 0 and 4.
0-3 at LSU. LSU has lost 5 straight since 2019.
Yeah, I think okay, that's what it is. I think just because of that narrative, and then I think if you start off 1-0 against a what Clemson's number 5, what are they? It's 4, yeah. So if you start off 1-0, just beat that narrative, and you already start off with a ranked, the 4th ranked team on your resume. You beat them. I think that's pretty significant. So I'm gonna rank this as, I mean, this is
Pretty
this is
high,
a
dude.
this is a massive game to
LSU's
say the
what, three
least.
and a half dogs?
I saw it jump up to 4.5 after that
Yeah.
Nussmeyer injury
Bull
news came
crap. All
out.
right, hold on. All right, come on. I gotta ring it. I gotta
Yeah,
ring
you go on your. I went on my Saints Sloker rant. Now you go on your
All right,
media rant.
Facebook people,
Facebook.
stop sharing fake information. It is driving me insane. Where are you people in your shanties getting this information? Oh, Alvin Kamara turned down $75 million for 2 years. Alvin Kamara was never a free agent. And if an NFL team gave a running back, what was that? Was that $32 million a year? What NFL team is giving a running back that is 30 years old $32 million a year? Have some smarts, have some sense. They did that same post for Cortland Sutton and 2 other people. And that's not the only thing I'm mad at. These random people. Oh, Gary Nussmeyer, he tore his Achilles, ACL. No. No. Why are we just saying shit? And then all the gullible people who can't tell AI videos are sitting there sharing it on Facebook.
Well,
Dude, if I had a show, I would call out these people, Mike. I would just call them out. But hey, let's give it up for Oliver sharing this bullshit post about Howard Kamara having a baby.
your your rant is equivalent to my Saints media rant.
I'm sorry.
Just terrible.
Like the people are just so. Hold on.
Gullible.
Yes. I want to say.
Yeah. I mean, the AI videos, there are some where it's just like they're a little too good, but yeah, for the most part, like you kind of have to have a keen eye for it. Yeah, it's whatever, honestly. But yeah, no, Facebook, I mean, the demographic of Facebook at this point, so it's mostly older people. They kind of get duped into stuff.
Dude,
I don't blame them
you
either because some of it's
Twitter's
pretty good.
annoying, Mike. But when something's wrong, right underneath that tweet, they're gonna say it's wrong.
The fact
Yeah.
checkers, yeah. No, I mean I get it. I don't know. Yeah, and just fake sources. People just want to get clicks, so they'll be like the first one. Oh, Nussmeyer, whatever, did this or did that, and then they're gonna try and get as many clicks as possible, and then they're gonna send it to your friends, and then their account blows up a little bit. So that's all that really is. That's just culture in general, just trying to
Um,
get clicks. I mean,
but let's get back on the target here with LSU football. But dude, I'm very high on Garrett Nussmeyer. I think he's a very good quarterback. I've heard some reports that LSU offensive lines hasn't been gelling. Still got what got over 20 days, 25 days to kind of start fixing that. But big game for LSU, ranked ninth. There's no reason they shouldn't at least be in the college football playoff this year.
their team is somehow underrated at this point. I think for them to be number 9 is kind of crazy considering how much NIL and how many the transfer portal they brought in. The transfer portal they brought in is like pretty crazy. I think this freshman class will contribute a lot. Bama being ranked 8, I don't understand it. I mean, they just announced their quarterback yesterday, so yeah, that's not a good sign to me. Hey, Nick Saban ain't there anymore, people. So, I mean, Bama will always be Bama. Don't get me wrong, but to be number 8, I think is a little bit crazy. Can you name one Bama player besides Ryan Williams? Yeah, so there you go. I mean, I think Bama's a little overrated. I think, but it really doesn't matter that much. I think it'll all play itself out as it always does. But yeah, I think it's just kind of good for the resume builders just to say you beat this ranked team then. So we'll see. It'll just depend.
Yeah, if Kelly doesn't make the playoffs this year, what happens?
I mean, playoffs.
Is this year
I think if
4?
he has 3 L's, then I think he's got like 1 year left. But if he kind of goes far, then I think I mean, his buyout's got to be astronomical at this point. So, but yeah, you can't just keep making excuses. He's built this incredible coaching staff. His recruiting's good. He has all the resources in play. The NIL has been ridiculous. So I know they kind of lacked in the beginning, but yeah, I think that'll be pretty interesting to see.
No one cares about preseason odds, but right now, Louisiana has 2 teams favored to get in the college football playoffs. That's very rare. Um, so yeah, with LSU and then Tulane's the favorites will go out of the group of 5. Getting a really good quarterback in Rutzclaff from BYU. I think you can have sex at Tulane, right, Mike?
I don't know. Is it in the bylaws?
Uh,
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't know.
UL Lafayette, UL.
Should
Uh,
be should be a pretty good team this year. I mean, they
Belt.
got Walker Howard, Shelton Sampson. They got some guys.
Yeah, I think they will be good in the Sun Belt. Tulane's got 3 tough games with Northwestern, Duke, and Ole Miss at Ole Miss. Who does the Raging Cajuns have non-conference?
Non-con, they play Mizzou. That's like probably their biggest non-conference game. Obviously at Mizzou, and then yeah, that's like by far their biggest. Their schedule usually sucks. It's not really that impressive. But last year they beat Wake Forest at Wake Forest, and this year's Mizzou's their big game. So
Missouri's been solid football wise.
yeah,
Going back to LSU real quick. Have you watched the SEC doc on Netflix?
yeah, I watched it.
So, dude, it's kind of interesting that Brian Kelly and Garrett Nussmeier have the same agent. Um, you're trying to recruit Nussmeier back, talking to Nussmeier's agent, and this is that's Kelly's agent as well. So it's kind of weird to me, but it's the new.
Probably pretty. Yeah, it's probably pretty prevalent just in general. I feel like I know in real estate the old saying is 10% of the agents control 90% of the deals. I'm sure a lot of that is like that. I know what's that one big agent in the NFL, Rosenthal?
Yeah,
Every time I see like a big client negotiating a contract, I feel like 50% of the time his name pops up. So I'm sure it's like that. They all the great agents are just kind of representing the same people. But yeah, no, it's definitely an interesting dynamic. I wonder what his NIL number was. I bet it's 2 million plus, easy.
yeah. They said
Can't
they
imagine.
like third round money to get.
What is third round money, like around 2 or 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, it makes the most sense. I mean, he can come back, get paid a lot of money, become more of an LSU legend. Probably, teams don't really care about if you stay an extra year. It's not like the NBA where like drafting a 18-year-old
Yeah,
year old compared to a 22-year-old, like no one cares. So they just want a finished product. The NFL does, so they
yeah.
don't really care.
They want you more developed.
Yeah, so I think he made the right decision. I mean, this is LSU's best chance. If they don't win a championship this year, I don't think Kelly will ever win one at LSU. And that's my opinion, but I could be wrong. Their team is pretty stacked. I think the
Yeah,
defense will be a lot
you have
better.
the most important position, a guy who can like is good in Nussmeier. Nussmeier is the chess piece of this all. Yeah,
Yeah. I think they're I mean, I think they need another running back though. That's like the one big thing.
Yeah.
They had that guy Juwan Johnson. They might use him a little bit. Yeah, you're gonna see a pretty creative offense, I feel like. But yeah, they got amazing staff. Great recruiting, great transfer portal. Great quarterback. So it'll be a good year. So at least I feel.
Yeah, feel really good about it. Real quick, do you want to do predictions yet, or you want to wait?
We can do it now.
All right, I got the Saints going four. We're having 4 wins. So what is that? 17 games. 4-13. Is
It's
that
pretty
right?
good.
All right. I have LSU. I have LSU in the SEC championship game losing to Texas.
Texas. I'm not gonna pick Texas until I see Sarkisian do it.
Yeah, I have LSU losing to Texas in the SC championship game. So like 11-2, making the college football playoffs. I think they get in there. They get maybe 2 wins, and then they lose in the final four. But I have LSU making a run this year. I also have Tulane going 10-2, making the college football playoff as well, or maybe 11-1, and then losing in the first round. So I have them beating Northwestern, which they're favored. I think they beat South Alabama. Duke against Mensa. If Retzlaff fully understands the playbook by then, they beat Duke. If not, they lose to Duke and Ole Miss.
What's Colorado gonna do this year?
No clue, bro. I need to
They're
see.
gonna
I need to
they're
see.
gonna be ass.
I need to see them dudes against other teams.
How's their
They played
schedule?
Georgia Tech week 1. That's a tough. I have Georgia Tech going to ACC championship.
Why is Georgia Tech so good?
Haynes King was really good last year.
I
They
remember him.
they beat Florida State. They beat Miami with Cam Ward. They should have beat Georgia the last game of the year. It went to 8 overtimes. They got their star running back and their quarterback returning. I think Georgia Tech is a sleeper team this year.
I like it.
Also,
Like,
also, watch out for Texas Tech. You talk about the NIL and the transfer portal. Texas Tech, right behind LSU in the transfer portal race. They got a lot of money coming their way. Lubbock, they can win the Big 12. I have Texas Tech, Arizona State in the Big 12 championship with. I'm gonna still say Arizona State right now, but watch out for the Red Raiders. But Texas Tech, Georgia Tech, two of my sleeper teams this year in college football. Uh, in the SEC, I like South Carolina a lot.
everyone likes South Carolina.
I like Sellers. Um,
I think Sellers is overrated at this point.
these solid quarterback.
Well, he's
Don't
definitely solid, but people are talking like he's this like Heisman like top 3 guy. I
the
don't
way
know.
you talk about Stark, I talk about James Franklin. I don't trust Penn State. I don't. So
You're talking about Drew Allard, like the worst quarterback I've ever watched in the college football playoffs.
yeah.
I mean, people are talking like he's the next Heisman. I don't. Just because you're a top 3 guy in high school doesn't mean it's going to translate every single year in college football.
But
I
just
don't
look
know
at
if
A&M.
people can't realize this, huh?
A&M's had like five. A&M has 5 guys who have started on their roster starting in college football this year.
Really?
Haynes King's one of them. Obviously, you got Reed. Remember Zach? Zach Cal, whatever his name is. He's starting.
Calzada?
Yes, starting at Kentucky. Uh, the quarterback from last year is starting somewhere. Houston. They have 5 guys starting right
What? What? Why are they so depleted? I don't get it. I thought Elko was crushing it. Was he not?
now. Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard, dude. It's hard to keep up with all these teams. I mean, between the NIL and everything else, it's like, and then you try and keep up with recruiting. A kid will commit, and then you see on Rivals or on 3 or whoever else 247, they'll be like, "Oh, flip watch," and he like committed like 3 days ago. It's like, what the fuck is this? This is so stupid. Yeah, following recruiting is ridiculous at this point.
Some boom or bust teams. I got some boom or bust teams. Miami's the first one. Carson back. They can be either really good, make the college football playoff,
Average.
or they're going to be 7-5.
Carson Beck is not the guy to elevate your team. Carson Beck is the guy to keep your head above water, and then that's about it. But yeah, Miami. Why is Miami so good? They
Uh,
barely won like half their games last year by like a point.
yeah.
And they lost the number one pick. What am I missing?
Uh, but Boomer Bust, they did well in the transfer portal as well. Who else? Duke, interesting team to look out for in the ACC.
Who's a sleeper team?
And what?
Just in general.
Georgia Tech.
You think Auburn could be good? That there was a quote. There was a quote in that documentary. It's like when Auburn is good, they're great, which is like I thought it was pretty true. Auburn's never good. They're either great or they're just like having 5 or 6 L's a year. Could Auburn be that? Didn't they get Georgia Tech receiver Singleton? Isn't that what his name is?
Let's see.
Pretty sure they got him.
Um,
They got him and they got some other guy too. That's really good. Cam Coleman, I think.
Kansas State can be okay. I'm trying to think of like a sleeper. Ooh,
Cajuns.
Illinois is now third best team in the state again.
Dude, you're saying that like that's like some terrible thing. I mean, UL's the smallest of the three, and LSU is like literally a top 5 team every year. So it's not a really great thing to say.
Illinois, they're ranked 12th. This is the highest ranking they've been. They could make the college football playoff like Indiana did. Minnesota's a team to watch out for as well as a sleeper team in the
Minnesota. Can you name one player?
Yes, can. Tell you their roster right now.
Google.
No, I'm serious. They got Malachi Coleman. It's a pretty good wide receiver for them. He's really good. They got a couple of good offensive linemen as well. They were a team last year that was pretty solid.
Why is no one talking about Georgia? What happened to Georgia?
I just don't think they're a sleeper.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about like in general. I haven't heard. Have you heard anyone talk about Georgia? The only thing I've seen out of Georgia this offseason is that John Gruden thing. That was about it.
Hold on. You talk about
they're like always there.
Yeah, he got in trouble yesterday, but he's a monster. I liked him. John, was it Matier, the Oklahoma quarterback?
Betting or whatever. Allegedly.
Yeah, like 2022. Dude's good. He was really good last year at Washington State. He's athletic. He's good. He will be fun at Oklahoma. Oklahoma will be better this year, I think.
Don't they have a brutal schedule? I think I heard Moscona talk about
Yeah, they have like 7 ranked games. They have they play Michigan, Auburn, Michigan, Texas. They're at South Carolina, Ole Miss, at Tennessee, at Alabama, Missouri, LSU. So they play potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ranked teams to end the year.
And how many do they win? 4?
I think if they go 8-4, they're still ranked in top 25 with that schedule.
Dude, the SEC is just a bloodbath. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous.
I have UL Lafayette losing in the Sun Belt Championship game to James Madison.
Yeah, I heard James Madison's pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm curious to see how Walker Howard is. I really am. I think he'll, he's a former 5-star, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything else college football we haven't touched?
No, man. I think we did it. The Wave will make the playoffs this year. Beautiful uniforms, beautiful school. Potentially going to the ACC when North Carolina and Miami join the conference in, was that 2028, 29?
Let's talk about North Carolina. What are your expectations for good old Billy?
I don't know.
He's gonna flop. I really want to say he's gonna do well because I like Belichick. I think he's the GOAT, but
I just don't know, dude. I don't know. That's a school with a ton of potential. football
Yeah,
wise.
but I think are the best days behind Bill Belichick, and then you throw in
Yeah.
the recruiting aspect, which I
Uh,
don't think he does to a certain extent with enthusiasm. I don't know. I think it'd be fun. It's definitely I'm definitely tuning in, but
they play week 1 Monday Night Football against TCU.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah, they play on Monday.
They're messing with the NFL. Is that week one?
Yes.
The itch is back, baby.
Oh, the itch has been back, Mike. Dude, you got a good game week 0. You got Iowa State, Kansas State, 2 ranked teams.
I feel like some of these schools are just ranked just to get viewers, like
Well,
rankings.
Iowa State made the Big 12 championship last year, and Kansas State was really good, and they won the Big 12 2 years ago. So both those schools are coming off of good years. So it's this is hilarious. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at this. So he plays TCU Monday Night Football. Then North Carolina travels to Charlotte. They play a road game in Charlotte against the 49ers, one of the worst college football programs of all time. They're
Who
terrible.
plays at Charlotte?
North Carolina, they played the University of Charlotte, who's horrible.
Charlotte must have paid big money for that.
And then they have Richmond. They're at UCF. And they're at home versus Clemson. Damn, bro. They go from being home at Clemson to having to go to Berkeley and play Cal. That's a
Yeah,
buy. They had a
what?
buy in between. That's smart. That schedule's brutal, bro. They play at Cal and at Syracuse, so you got to go to New York and California. ACC, baby. Makes no sense. And that's the conference Tulane wants to get into. So Tulane could be playing teams in Miami, North California, and New York.
Hmm. Yeah, I honestly just bring back all the conferences and go revert back to it. I mean, isn't that the whole point of the conferences? Play like in
Regional.
somewhat same region of the country instead of playing,
Well,
I mean, it's just ridiculous. Huh?
the Sun Belt and the Mountain West does it.
Yeah, dude, the Fun Belt. Come on, they're the best. Yeah, I think sports have just kind of gotten kind of ridiculous in college. I don't know.
That's all I got.
It's not like an old man, but whatever. It's
That's all I
true.
got from today.
I'm trying to think of anything else we didn't touch on. Tyler Shuck, if he starts week 1, what are his stats throughout the year? What are your predictions?
Dude, I don't know. That's been out in 2 weeks when he wins the job.
Over under 30 touchdowns.
Under by a lot.
All right, 22 touchdowns over under.
19.
Okay. All right. Sounds good to me. I'm trying to think. I feel like there might be something else. Oh, do you have LSU or Clemson winning?
That's without the week of.
Okay, all right, Mr. Political.
No, I'm just serious. Like, it's 3 weeks from now to then.
All right, fair enough. I don't like that answer. All right, sounds good. But yeah, if you guys can like and subscribe, appreciate it. And who dat, baby? See you in the Super Bowl.
Roll wave.
Right?